welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am working on Miranda Weber's 52 Everyday Favorite Photos. I've probably got that title all mixed up again. I do it every single time. So let me show you what I'm working with. I have pulled out some cog dies here. Gadget Gears is what this one's called. And then this one, I don't think they actually put the name. Oh, Mechanical. This one has been used a lot. This one has never been opened. I think I bought that on eBay recently. So I have those. I also have this brand new set of Concord and Ninth paper posy dies and the embossing folder that I'm going to attempt to play with for the first time. It actually came in the mail today. I have a piece of beautiful wood veneer from some Assemblage Required. So guess what I'm scrapbooking about today? A kitty. Put that up here. This is a title piece from Colorcast Designs. I have 4 colors of cardstock here to play with. I'll probably bring in some regular ink as well. I have not pulled those yet. Here's my photo. Here's what I'm going to be kind of experimenting with. This is a metallic variety pack. I've never heard of this company before. A friend of mine sent this to me, and it's got, I mean, I've used it, obviously, because there's some stuff cut with it, but I haven't actually ordered that before or played with anything else from that company. This is a die from the collection. This collection is from 3/4 Designs. They're from New Zealand, and I thought that this was a pretty fun collection. Let me grab the cover sheet for you. So, it's printed on very nice, thick paper. The only drawback is it is slightly slick, glossy. I think slick would be the more of the term that I would use. But if you look, you've got all of these papers. You've got some die cut embellishments, which I am not using today. And then you've got these little partial sheets here, which are seriously cool. So I pulled out 2 of those, and then I chose this background piece. And it has a woman's face on it, which I am going to cover up somehow. And this is the photo of my little Jasper when he was a kitten. Ironically, this photo was taken on my birthday in June of that year. This is 2016. We had only had him probably for a few weeks at this point. I know that my husband brought him home when he was about 6 weeks old. So he was born April 4th. So maybe he's closer to, we've had him closer to a couple of months. Or a month at least. Anyway, this is the photo I'm going to use. Background paper I'm going to use. It's gorgeous. By the way, this paper is double-sided. I only bought 1 pack of it because I had not handled the product before, and I wanted to get a good feel of it. I do love the paper, but the glossy or slickness is not a favorite. So I'm going to pause, I'm going to get started, and I will be right back. So this is my first time experimenting with alcohol inks. What I've done is I have cut these gears with my dies that I showed you at the beginning, and now I'm just taking these felt pads to these little holders, and I am just dabbing a couple of the colors on here. I use the reddish color and I use the blue color both on here. Like I said, I've never played with alcohol inks before. I wasn't aware they were going to ruin my mat, which they did. They stained it, which kind of aggravated me a little bit. So somebody said I could put alcohol on it and it would get it off. So I may try that. It most certainly didn't work with the blending product. And the bottle says that that helps to remove the alcohol ink. Well, I'm telling you, it didn't. Anyway, so this is just an experiment to me. There's probably lots better ways to do what I'm doing. But it's fun, and I like the effect that it left on these gears. That part was definitely cool. You can really see it in the close-ups at the end of the video, how it stained it. And my hands were blue for about 48 hours, ironically. The red didn't show as much as the blue did. So I'm also going to take my title, and I'm going to use the alcohol ink on the white title because I just felt like the white wouldn't work well for what I'm doing. Off camera, I also it took me several hours to emboss all of the flowers and leaves and assemble them. And so this video was meant to go live last Monday, but I did not get it done. And that's okay. So I've got this part done. Now we're ready to assemble. I am going to scuff up my photo. If you're new here, I like to scuff up my photo. I've given a couple of my viewers a slight heart attack by doing this. Just remember that this is a photo that I printed at home, and I have the digital file, which means I can reprint it at any time, and I don't mind to scuff it up. I like the look and everything. So I'm going to put it on this blue cardstock. This is one of my favorite colors of blue, and it matches the alcohol ink that I used on my dies and my title. I'm also going to scuff up the edges of the cardstock, and I believe I also ink them. So I'm just kind of giving this a grungy, steampunkish feel. Really, this layout was so much fun to make. I really, really enjoyed playing with all of the product here. This was great fun for me. All right, so I'm using the vintage photo to ink up the edges of my photo mat just to kind of keep in line with the rest of the grunginess that I've got going on here. I don't remember if I actually used this piece or not, but I am going to cut down. I think I cut enough just to put a layer behind the photo. I had wanted to matte my photo with it, but it wasn't white enough to matte the photo. So yeah, I'm just scuffing up the edges, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use that as a layer behind my photo, and that way I just have one more lovely layer. I'm going to ink it a little bit too. Remember, this paper is a slightly slick. I wouldn't call it glossy paper, but it is slightly slick. And I am seriously worried about it taking the ink and keeping it, because a lot of times when you play with slick paper or glossy paper, it doesn't take mixed media well. So I'm being very careful with what I put on here. I'm going to go ahead and attach the photo here, make sure that I leave enough of an edge out so that you can tell that that layer is behind it. I'm going to put this half gear. It was a mistake, but I decided I was going to use it anyway. I'm using that clock face to cover up the woman's face. And by the time I get all of the embellishments on here, you really can't tell that there was a lady there at all. I mean, you might see it because you know it's there, but at first glance, I can't even really tell it's there. So I have all of these beautiful flowers that I have put together. I've got them on a piece of cardboard that came in my cherry on top box that this stuff came in, and I just used it to kind of have a place to put all of these flowers. And so what I'm doing is I'm just going to layer them up a lot. I'm going to use so many of these flowers, and it's going to have this beautiful layered flower border on each side of the photo. I'm going to be adding in the leafy bits here and there, just trying to get everything just the way that I want it. Like I said, this layout was so much fun to play with. I just enjoyed this process so much. And sometimes I think we can get so busy with just trying to get a layout done, a memory told, that we forget to play. So this was great fun because I got to play and just kind of do what I do best, layering up product and just enjoying this process so much. This is one of the reasons why I scrapbook. I love the process of scrapbooking, and I love to share my joy of scrapbooking with you. And so, you know, it's just not all about getting a layout down. I'm having a little bit of trouble layering that up. It'll go better when I go start gluing things down. So I have glued down most of the flowers at this point, and so I'm going to take some more of these gears and I'm going to add a few more gears and a few more flowers just to fill in. I don't know if you noticed, but in the center of those flowers, there are gears on those as well. I bought a bunch of metal gears from Amazon, and they were in my counterfeit kit this month, so I pulled them out so that I could use them for this layout. I actually have 2 baggies full of them, and so didn't even make a dent in them, hardly at all. But anyway, I just thought it was fun to put the gears in the center of the flowers. And what I am going to do with all of these leftover bits, I'm going to put them in a little plastic, I have these little plastic bags from, I think they're Allie Edwards story kits. They're the striped bags that my kids used to come in. I know she stopped putting them in after I stopped subscribing, but I saved all of those and I use them for things like this. I'll put ephemera in them. Well, I am storing the rest of these flowers in that one of the bags, and that bag is actually going in with this collection because I created these flowers just for this collection. And yes, I could absolutely use them somewhere else, but it's also nice to have a collection with some pre-made embellishments that you can just grab and go, right? I like to do that with other things in my stash as well, like my Pink Fresh Studios stamp, stencil, and die sets. I love to sit and create a whole bunch of those and just have them ready to go on a layout when I need them to. I used those on my Rainbow Crush layout for the month of April. So if you wanted to go back and watch that video, you'll see some of the pre-made flowers that I just keep handy and ready to use. So I'm just kind of finishing off with these little tiny jewels. They are in a sequin mix that I received as a design team member from Buttons Galore and More. All right, I got this layout completely finished. I had so much fun making these flowers and then layering them up on this beautiful paper with this photo of a very rotten, spoiled kitty cat. Off camera, in between layering, I took one of my printable labels. They are from Little Vintage Label Tags, or no, they're from, oh my goodness, tortagiala.com. I'll try to link that up in the description box below. These were free. I just print them on cardstock, several pages at a time. There's several different colors, not just the colors that I showed you. I cut one of those out and I used the vintage photo distress oxide to color in that white, kind of match the vibe of my layout. Everything else you saw me do on camera, I got everything is glued down. I had fun using those little gems, or whatever you want to call them. I've got glue all over my hands and alcohol ink still. These are from Buttons Galore and More. This is the product label I used to design for them. I have a ton of their products, so I do try to reach into it and grab and use as much of it as I possibly can. So I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe. Remember, in that description box below, the 52 favorite everyday photos hop playlist is down there, and there are some amazing creative people on that hop, and I would love it if you would take some time to watch a few of their videos. They're just absolutely amazing. I hope that you guys have a great Monday and a great rest of your week. Bye.